In this video, I'll tell you how to make a one wide shop, and I'll also explain how everything works, and I'll tell you how to make it and everything else that comes with it. I think we should begin with a quick demonstration first. So I'm going to put in one diamond and I'm going to get 16 pistons. As you can see, it's pretty fast. Bam, 16 pistons and everything resets. So the one thing you can't do is just put in like 3 diamonds and it is going to be 48. This should be 32 now. Easy, fast, bam, easy. And now you can set any amount of items in here, right? I have set it to 8. If I set it to 10, it's going to give me 20. Okay, so let me quickly show you that. Easy money. So we're at 32 and now plus 20 would be 52. Bam, easy. Now let me show you, or let me explain how it works. Okay, this is really easy. In the way that it works is really logical. Everything really follows a set pattern. Okay, so basically when you put the item, you put a diamond here or whatever item you want to filter for, it takes in one item, it puts it into this chest. Now this is just something I was using for testing, so that is the filter item. Cool, so there's a filter here, and then when the filter actually hits 3, this is again the Overflow Protection one designed by Impulse SV. So when we put one more item in here, this signal goes over to signal strength 3. This is currently 2 right now, as you can see there. So it goes to 3, which means that this piston extends downwards with this observer on its face, which means that this block is powered. Oh wow, so this block is powered. What does that do? That would push this piston, right? So, and that piston pushes this redstone block there. Now since this is an observer, it sends a 1 tick input, which means a really short pulse, and that just means that this piston kind of throws out its redstone block. Let me quickly try and demonstrate that with a lever. I want to explain everything to you guys so that you guys understand how everything works. As you can see, if I make a really short pulse, the sticky piston, which even though it's like a sticky piston, actually throws the block out. So if you see it's a long pulse, it's fine. But if it's a really short pulse like that, actually throws the block out. And that is what an observer does when you use it with a sticky piston. So it throws a block out. And now what does that do, right? So as you can see, there's this hopper timer here. And what that will do is, once the block is over here, that starts the flow of items starts from there to there. And then now what do we do is, we'll see, oh my god, phone, stop. And so now what we do is basically we see if this hopper is filled or empty. So when this hopper is empty, this would go dormant, which means that this won't be activated, which I can demonstrate quickly by doing that. And that means that this will be pulled up, which means that this will again pull the block back. So let me quickly demonstrate that. How do I demonstrate that? Let me quickly move this over here. And now as you can see, when this will power off, and then it will pull up, and then it will pull the block back. It happened so fast. I tried to speak fast, man. I couldn't do it. Anyways, so when this block is there, we put a piston and a redstone block again. Now the reason that we do this is pretty interesting. If you use a repeater or anything else, it will spit out one more piston or one more item than we need to. So the reason we do that is, on the retraction of pistons, there is 0 delay, so it's pretty much instant, or it's actually exactly instant. So when pistons pull the block back, it's instant, like there's no delay, and that basically means that we get like a 1:2 ratio. So if you put 10 items in here, it's going to get 20. If you put 1, it's going to go 2, 4, 6, 12. Just multiply whatever items you put in here by 2, and that is how many items you will see up here. Now, the way I think you could set it up is actually you could just have a hopper system behind here with a bunch of chests, or actually you would want to have a wall over here, and then you could just alternate this with the right amount of things, and then this chest would just receive the items. You put the diamonds in here, and then he would get the items back in here. So the way that we do the items is, when this block spits it out, this block gets extended, which I will demonstrate right now, and then this observer clock starts ticking, which basically hits this dropper here, which fills the chest with items. Now it basically stopped working for now. 1 second, let me quickly try and demonstrate that. So we're going to put in 1 diamond, and what that's going to do is, as you can see, the hopper clock is going, and it's depositing items straight from this dropper into this chest. Now what you could do, if you want to, like if there are people who you can't trust on your server, what you could do is you could just put something like a dropper again up here with all the items, as you can see right here, and then this dropper will actually just get all the items inside it, and then that way they can't access the thing on the bottom of here on this one. Also, this item filter, if you set it up like this, you will only have to use 1 diamond, so that only 1 diamond stays there. Also, there will be 1 diamond stuck forever in this hopper, just because of the timings and the way it works out in this particular case. Because I wanted to keep it compact. Now, since this is not going to be tiled anyway, you can just do double chest, but come on, man, I don't think you're gonna get double chest worth of diamond and just keep it there. Also, for the refilling, yeah, you can just totally have something like this with a bunch of chests coming off of it, and you can just put it behind a wall and just do a huge resupply. So you'd have to never refill it, and they can just come on and easily do everything. So now the one thing that you can't do is actually you can't cut off this signal, and for that what I would recommend is actually using carpets. Carpets are a fantastic way to do this. I think you can even you can put it really low using carpets. So yeah, if you just use carpet, it's going to be great. Or alternatively, what you could do is you can actually have the level a little bit higher, and this will work great. Like, look at this. So yeah, this will work just fine. You can have this here, and then you can have a hopper here with another dropper there. Now what that will do is actually it will create a buffer, so if people put like weird stuff in there, it's gonna get absorbed. So you need to be careful with that. Actually, that is something you need to be a little bit careful with. So I would suggest just going with some arrangement like this. So yeah, I think this is what will work the best. Quickly stripping away all the extra things. Now I'm gonna tell you how to build it block for block. Right? Let's quickly start with the tutorial. I'm gonna explain why I'm doing something when I do it. Okay, cool. So we have the input here in the form of the dropper and the output in the form of the chest. That is just so that you can easily understand what's going on. I also have a checkered background so that you can understand what's happening again. Cool. So you're gonna put a dropper facing upwards into the the output chest. Okay, cool. And now below that, we're gonna take a block. This has to be a solid block, and then below that, we're gonna put an observer facing downwards. Now, and then leave 1 block's gap, and then put another observer facing upwards. Their faces are looking at each other. They're like staring contest. This will create a clock when their faces mush together and okay. And then below that, you're gonna put a sticky piston, and then going out from that, we're gonna take a block of redstone, leave 1 block, and then put a sticky piston behind that. Then we're going to leave another block, and then we're going to put another sticky piston behind that again. When this gets extended, that get extended, and bam, bam, bam. Cool. So you guys understand what's happening here. Now behind this piston, we're going to put a block, and now behind that, on top of that block, we're going to take a comparator. As you can see from the remnants, I tried this again, but I forgot to press record. I'm a professional YouTuber. Let's go. So from going out from the comparator, I'm going to take a piston facing downwards, and I'm going to take an observer going into the block. Next, we're going to put a block on top of this piston. This has to be a solid block again. And then we're going to take 2 hoppers facing into each other. Now, as you can see, that will do is that will create like a clock. As you can see, like items will go back and forth, but this redstone block will stop them from going back and forth. That it will create a clock, right? And then on top of the hopper at the back, we're going to put another block, and what that will house is actually a redstone dust. And on this hopper, the one that does not have a block, we're going to put a redstone repeater on 1 tick, and then behind that, we're going to take another block, and then we're going to put a redstone torch next to it, as you can see right here. If you want a quick guide again, reference this. Now we're going to do the item filtration system. Just put 2 blocks there, and then we're going to take something like that. And now this is for the observer and the piston. We're going to take any slab. It has to be a slab, by the way. And then we're going to take a piston, and when you can put any transparent object. Actually, you can even put glass in here if you like. So yeah. And then we're going to take a sticky piston there, and then an observer facing into the sticky piston's face. Guys, you need to put a redstone dust here. I forgot to tell that. And then bam, bam, that part is done. Now what you're going to do is you're going to take a hopper and face it into this block. It has to be facing that way. That's just necessary. Actually, you need to put in these many items apart from the diamond. So you have to put in 11 in each slot. Put another block there with a comparator on top of that, and now it will work. As you can see, we have 3 items in there. We're going to put 1 back in there, and now we're going to put a chest so that we can get all the diamonds in. And I believe that is everything done. One thing that you need to do is you need to decide how many items you want to give. So let's just say I'm going to sell pistons, and pistons are quite expensive to make. So for 1 diamond, they get 16, let's just say. Okay, so for 16, you're going to put in any item. So now I would suggest here, if you have an iron farm, some iron nuggets would be good. Dirt, anything works. So for 16, you got to put in 8, right? So whatever you put in here, the double of that will be given. So a good way to think about that is, if this hopper has 8 and then this hopper has 8, just imagine it, that is the amount of items you'll get. So double the amount of items you put in here, okay? So for each hopper, it's going to be once. So just twice the amount of items that you put in here, right? So you're going to get 16 now. So if I put in a diamond now, as you can see, we will get 16 items. Bam, that's the tutorial done. I hope you enjoyed the video. I hope I kept it short and fast and everything nice. I also made this. I've been, look man, I took a retirement from redstone Minecrafting, YouTubing. I did not take a break from redstoning, okay? I've still been redstoning a lot of, this is a quick game I made, sheep farm, everything. I've been enjoying it. I hope you like this shop idea. It's based on one of the early videos I did well on my channel. It's kind of like that, at least the hopper component is at least that way. But this is not actually based on updates and bugs. This is actually proper redstone. Anyways guys, I hope you enjoyed the video and I will see you with another one in a short while. Talk to you later guys.